Had to cut my way up out them trenches just to be specific. I had to get it how I live, now I just live to get it. Making history with them clippers cause it was written. Blessing essences with my presence because I'm gifted. Cut my way out. I had to cut my way out. Let's talk about it, hey, let me tell you how I cut my way out. Watch me cut my way out. It's the coldest podcast in the game.
The giveaway is happening on this live. My guy, what's going on, bro? How you
What's up,
living?
man? What's up with you? Everything good?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Life been good to me, and I don't deserve it, so I can't complain at all, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. I'm good. Am I showing up in the camera right?
You are. If you aim it down a little bit.
Hold up. I got you. I got you. There we go.
Perfect. That's perfect.
All right. Good.
That's perfect. Well, let's go on and get this thing started, man. We got you on here. I got a little bit of your time, so let's go ahead and we're going to get it rolling. Have you talked to Ash already?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. I just want to make sure you was aware of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So boom. First thing I want to do is thank you for coming on to the I Cut My Way Out podcast, man. It's an honor to have you on, man. You're doing some major things in Atlanta, and I cannot wait to dive into some of the things because you are opening doors that I didn't even know was possible, like for real. So we definitely want to talk about that. Before I jump into anything and start pounding down your neck with questions, go ahead and take a moment and let the people know who you are, where you from, you know, whatever it is that kind of sums you up and kind of puts that narrative out there.
My name's Jack Bright, man. I'm from New Orleans. Been living in Atlanta for 20 plus years. I work in Killer Mike's 2, Killer out of 3 of Mike's locations. Shop on Edgewood and the one inside the arena. I've been cutting hair since I was in high school, but I've been licensed since 2017. So, man, it's been a great journey. I can't lie, man. Cutting hair has definitely changed my life. The crazy thing is, like, it's always been right in front of me, man. And I've been dealing with, like, warehouse jobs and, you know, your regular 9-to-5 jobs. And
yeah.
All I do, man, was just tap into these clippers more, man. That's it.
So what you mean by that? What you mean that it's always been in front of you?
You know, I cut my sons, cut my friends' hair, my cousins' hair, but I never just took it serious. It was always just something I liked to do. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I got frustrated with working 9-to-5 jobs, man. That just really was never for me. But, you know, I had to pay bills and everything. And one day it just clicked, man. It just clicked. I actually went to Atlanta Tech to go see about getting a CDL driver's. And I walked past the barbershop inside there. I never made it, bro. And it's been on since.
So you would you say that barber, as far as getting involved in barbering professionally, it kind of found you?
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, it definitely did. Yep, it kind of you know, it's like, hey, I'm right here. I've been standing here, like.
Right. So what motivated you to cut all? You know, when you first started, was it just something that you just picked up naturally, or did you observe somebody in close proximity that kind of gave you that bug?
So, growing up, my parents couldn't afford to bring me to the barbershop.
Okay.
So my dad cut my hair, and, you know, he did the best that he could, man. But you cool, and you seen these other guys who go into the barbershop, and they got these nice, crispy hairlines. You like, man, I want that. So, man, I just grabbed his clippers one day, and I just started operating on myself. I started getting good at it, and, you know, people asked me, it was like, yo, who cut your hair? And I'm like, I did. It was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. So I was charging people like $5, man. I was just doing even Stevens and lineups. I still hadn't perfected my fade game at that time yet. Yeah, it was good. My even all overs and my lineups were sharp.
Hey, you know what's crazy? It's crazy to me how many people, it's a whole lot of people that underappreciate the value of them first like $5 haircuts, $10 haircuts. nowadays, when you look at the barbering industry and the world, the way that barbering is perceived on social media, at least, right?
Yeah.
People think that you're supposed to come straight into barbering charging 30, 40, 50, $60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, right? I feel like it's important to come into barbering and go through that growth from $5 to $20 to whatever, however you do it. Some people go from free to $5 to $7 and so on and so forth. So I want you to tell me, since you somebody who went through it, do you think that it's important for somebody coming into barbering, first getting into the industry, to go through that incremental growth process? Or do you think they should just come into barbering and, you know, if you feel like you good enough, charge your worth? It's the new catchphrase everybody been saying. Do you think barbers should come straight in and charge their worth? What
No.
would you prefer?
Gotta go through that process. You're gonna appreciate it more, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta start off with the baby steps and build your way up. Like, I charge what I charge, man, because the time I put in it, the skill set that I have, but even more importantly, man, I've built so much clientele that, you know, the demand is high right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be in the shop all day cutting 20 plus. So how you do that? I just raise the price a little and slide them down to the barbers next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And to some of my other barber friends, you know, just across the city or whatever. Yeah, man. I definitely think that people should, you know, work your way to that. You don't just come charging $50, $60, $75, man.
So how do you feel about, and I'm not trying to get you into a negative clip. I'm not trying to make a viral clip out. I swear to God.
All good.
It's such a topic that's it's almost over discussed in barbering, right? When guys talk about, everybody has an opinion about where you should start, what you should charge, why you should charge. And I think a lot of opinions, especially in barbering, are based around other people's realities, right? You got so many barbers in the industry, and because barbering, for the most part, is a social media thing, right? It's so visible on social media.
Mm-hmm.
People observe what other people are capable of doing in their respective space, and they feel like that's the standard. That should be the standard for me where I am. So it's not easy to digest. Well, I got to charge significantly less than what that person is charging in Atlanta because I'm in Tennessee. I'm gonna charge half, right? They don't really consider that. They feel like, well, if he's charging that, I feel like my cuts can match with that. I should be charging that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that changed. Do you think you could kind of identify where that changed for barbering, or have you seen that trend?
Yeah, I mean, it's like what you said. Like, people see, I mean, first off, I think a lot of people just getting caught up with, like, they see all the things that barbers can do as far as, like, making your own schedule, you know, being your own boss. You got full control of your whole environment. Like, when I first started being a barber and I told my mom that I was going to go to barber school, she was like, "Are you sure, son?" So it went from, "Sure you want to cut hair," you know, that type of stuff. I even had a cousin. He was just like, "Man, you going to make more money driving trucks. I don't know
Really?
why you want to do the—" Yeah. So people didn't really understand, like, the dynamic, man. And I saw it early. And when I was in barber school, I was blessed to have the instructor that I had. His name was Dan, and he really put me hip to, you know, the possibilities. Even before all of the celebrity social media stuff that was going on, he kind of was just telling me, like, man, you could be a star in your own neighborhood, in your own, you know what I'm saying? But you have full control of how you set your schedule, your whole environment, who sits in your chair, who you want to cut. So just having that control, for me, that's what really had me like, oh yeah, this is something I want to do. And it's not easy. Like, it's not easy at all. People think that, oh, I get my license, I just pick up some clippers and I'm gonna start making money. It don't work like that, bro. It's a struggle.
Wish.
When I first started, man, I remember them weeks sitting in where I'm barely paying boot rent. I was working a job. I was working at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to maintain my lifestyle. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I had bills. So I couldn't just be in the shop like all day. So what I did, I went to work, and when I left work, I went to the shop, but I was consistent with it. I was consistent. I went to the shop 5 days a week right after work. And ironically, I was off Friday and Saturday. So, you know, that's, you know what days those are for us. That's Christmas.
Most definitely. Most definitely. That's a must. Hey, that's an absolute must. But even now, I'm starting to see a trend in barbering where guys are starting to fill those days, those Sundays and Mondays, which I get it in the sense that it's, okay, so my way of looking at it is it's always a demand for something. It's always going to be somebody to meet that demand. Be it that traditionally in barbering, Sundays and Mondays are Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays. There was bound to be, as I'm sure it's always been, barbers who are willing to work those days because it's a high demand for those days. Majority of the places you go to, you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody to get you fresh Sunday or Monday, because traditionally it's an off day for barbers. But when you do, a lot of times people figure out that, man, this dude is the only dude in this city that cut on Sunday and Monday, and a lot of people don't know about it because they just think that everybody off on Sunday and Monday. I can get in when I want on them days, and it can be a standing appointment. So a lot of people are filling them voids. But I do want to ask you this, right? How is it now, you know, that you've created and you've opened, well, all these doors have been open to you, right? And in a lot of ways, doors have been open to you that I've never seen open in barbering before, right? How are them people like your uncle having those conversations now with people like your uncle, your parents who wanted you to go another career route, not necessarily because they didn't support your decision to go into barbering, but because a lot of times our family, if they don't have an entrepreneurial approach to what they're doing in their career, or at least see your vision for what you see it, they can't confidently push you towards that because they don't see what you see, right? So sometimes them telling you, well, go do this or go do that, like I seen Suge said his mom wanted him to go work as an SSI worker. Your people wanted you to, told you you can get more driving trucks. It's not because they don't want to support your dreams. It's just they don't understand your dreams enough to think that it's going to compensate you sufficiently, like what we traditionally know. We know that if you getting a check every week, that's more than what you could potentially. And most people, I think, in this world, right, in this day and age, and back then, people look at barbering like it's just a hustle.
Yeah,
it's still to this day, people don't really accept barbering as a actual legitimate career. So I'm dying to know, now that you've become, in my opinion, somebody who really is changing the industry, bro. You're cutting. Let me get this camera close to these people. You cut hair on top of the stadium, looking at the game while it's being played, my boy.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty cool experience. I can't lie.
You cut hair looking at the game while you can watch basketball. You can create an experience for clients that they ain't never had before in their life, ever. Right? Nobody can replicate or mimic what you do. Right? How is it now having those conversations when the vision that you saw that came to reality? How is that conversation now?
So, they brag on me a lot.
Absolutely.
And I don't fault them for it, man, because the era that they came in, man, they was taught, you get a 9-to-5 job, you work there 20 plus years, 401k, you retire. That's how they was taught. So this next generation or whatever, we see it different. We see it different, man. We don't want to be working for someone else and help them get rich. You know what I'm saying? You can, the only way you're gonna really be successful, like for yourself, and really make like a substantial amount of money, man, is to have your own service or product, man. That's you gonna like that. You always will. So you know, they talk a lot about me though, man. They my cousins, my uncles, and them, they come get haircuts.
What about for you though? Like, what is that feeling for you? Like, how do you feel waking up every day, knowing like, I know you're gonna be humble because everybody we have on the show, when we ask them to talk about themselves, they come with the humble. I'm gonna say the braggadocious shit for you, so you ain't gotta see it. How do you feel waking up every morning knowing like, hey, I'm that dude in my city. Like, I'm that dude. When it comes to this, I'm that dude. How does that feel, man?
It feels really good, man. It does. Sometimes, you know, I get caught up in the just the daily, you know, hustle or just, you know, taking care of my clients, you know, taking care of my family and all. And sometimes, you know, I just be doing me, and I don't think about it all the time like that. Like, dang. And I had those moments where I'm like, man, I really be doing some stuff. I'm kind of like under the radar, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the people who are around, they know. They know, you know what I'm saying? They know for sure.
Absolutely. And I think that's kind of a common thing that I see, at least from the outside looking in. I'll say that, right? From the outside looking in, speaking to guys like yourself who are creating new lanes within this industry, who are creating new opportunities and reaching heights that a lot of us never really thought was possible, right? Being honest, right? The common thing the common theme that I see within you guys it's cohesive is you guys are so committed to the groundwork that got you to where you were that a lot of times you overlook how big your accomplishments are, because for you is, okay, well, I know I need to take care of my clients. I need to take care of this. These opportunities are coming, but if I don't stay consistent with what I'm doing, then the opportunities ain't coming. They coming because of the groundwork I laid. That's a common theme that I see in a lot of guys like yourself, man, that from the outside looking in, we'd be like, damn, look, what? Come on, bro. Like, at some point, pulling up to the arena, walking up to the skybox, cleaning my clippers off, watching them get ready for the game, it got to hit you like bricks. Like, that picture you took, bro, you got a picture sitting in your chair. Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Listen, bro, that picture is probably one of the most motivating photos I've seen all year.
Man, I appreciate that,
bro,
man.
So, I used that picture. We used it for the flyer, but I saved that picture to my phone, bro.
That's dope.
That picture is so motivating. It needs to say nothing, bro. Nothing. Literally. Anytime anybody questions barbering or anybody has the conversation where the dialogue is going to, oh, you know, that's just a hustle, bro. Like, what else do you ever hear somebody say, like, what you do? I'm a barber. Oh, what else you do, though? What you do for work? From now, I'm just going to pull up that picture and be like, this is what barbering look like.
And real quick, man, I just want to give a shout out to my boy AJ, Adachi, Reed, and Wink, man. Those my camera guys, man. They the ones took that picture, man. They got a lot more things coming too.
Hey, they did exactly, that picture did exactly what it was supposed to do, bro. It speaks 1,000 words. Like, again, it needs no explanation. You just hold that picture up like, this is what barbering can do for you. That's a picture that I would hang. If I had a school, I swear to God, I'd hang that picture up in the school. Because think about it. Who coming into this industry would ever thought, when you came into the industry, would you have ever thought that something like that was possible?
Man, I can't lie to you, man. When I was in barber school and I first heard about Mike opening up a shop inside the arena, it was the talk around the city. Like, everybody about it. I kid you not, man. I told my instructor, my boy Steve, he was one of the students. I said, bro, I'm working that arena. Yep.
I love it. So, manifestation.
Yep.
Speaking to existence. So, talk to me about that. How was that, man? Getting linked in with Mike, and for y'all who don't know, he talking about the GOAT himself, Killer Mike, right? The big one.
Love Mike, man. That's my boy.
So how did that whole thing work itself out?
So, man, I was in the Cheesecake Factory just back today, man.
Hey, how all good conversations should start. I was in the Cheesecake Factory,
Yeah.
bro.
Getting something to eat, man. And at the time, my ex-girlfriend, she was with me, and Mike walks in, and I look, I'm like, yo, that's Killer Mike. You know, kind of like, it's a reason why she my ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But he like, and I'm like, he owns barbershops. I'm a barber.
Right.
So I'm like, she like, so what? You just gonna walk up to him? I'm like, you're damn right.
Absolutely.
I just walked straight up to him, introduced myself, and you know, he really appreciated that. He was like, I like that. He was like, hey, Zoe, that's his assistant at the time. It's like, take his number down. And so they took my information down, called me like a week later, and we set up a time to sit down, and I met with Kim. Kim, my guy. He the GM of the shop.
Okay.
So he run all the swag shops. You know, we had 3 of them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I met with him at this coffee shop. We sat there, chopped it up, man, and he hired me to work in the arena. You know what I'm saying? I got a crazy story for you, though, bro. I got a story. So check this out. We met at the coffee shop. He hires me. So this is February 2020, right before COVID.
Right.
Right before. So I'm supposed to start at a Hawks versus Knicks game in Atlanta on a Wednesday. I don't have that date, but it was a Wednesday. I got the receipts though in my phone, but it was a Wednesday. So yeah, they shut the NBA season down.
Right.
Calls me Tuesday. Yo, we not cutting no more. They shutting it down. You know, that's it. I'll keep in touch with you. I'll let you know when we reopen. So I'm like, dang, man, I'm kind of bummed out.
Thanks.
About it was about to be a great opportunity for me. I was working in another shop at the time, and yeah, COVID hit, man. Everything shut down. The shop had to close that I was working at. So man, I'm riding around doing house calls, bro.
Most of us was. Most of us was.
So what they call essential workers.
Absolutely.
You know? And I used at the airport. I worked at the airport for 4 years, so I knew a lot of people that were still working there. They all still need cuts. And from March all the way until July, I'm cutting the whole city, bro. I'm going all over the city, bro, cutting people. And I'm getting new referrals. People, hey, man, you the guy I heard be pulling up on people. I'm sure it was many other barbers as well, but I'm just talking about the guys that was getting cut by me.
Absolutely.
And the end of July comes. Kim calls me. He says, yo, we about to open up the shop on Edgewood. It's a chair available. I want you to come check it out. Bring your clippers. I'm like, okay, cool. I come down here with my clippers, man. I've been here since. And when I came in the shop, people was blowing my phone up, and I'm texting people, letting them know, yo, I'm in the shop. Pull up.
Not right.
That's how much clientele I had built throughout COVID, riding around, pulling up at people's houses.
I believe it, though. I totally believe it. Was a lot of guys here, man. I think all over the world, really. COVID was a terrible thing. No mistake about it. But COVID was also a start of a lot of barbers' careers because of situations like that. A lot of guys had an opportunity due to their back being against the wall. Let me say that, right? A lot of guys, they didn't have that financial cushion put away where they can just take those 3 months off. Because some cities, they were shut down for longer than 3 months. It was 3 months here. Some places was 6 months, right? Yeah. They couldn't just take that time off because if they did, you know what I mean? You out of there. You out of there. The bills still got to be paid. Them babies still got to eat. So what it did was, I think it pushed a large group of people to put their back up against the wall where they had to provide for their families. And then for another large group of people, well, not a super large group of people, but for another group of people, it sparked that inner hustle in them where it was like, you know what? I understand what it is, but I think if I protect myself, it's an opportunity in this. I'm going to go ahead because ain't nobody else cutting up. Then you got a whole bunch of people who saw COVID as a chance to rest. So they ain't cutting hair just because they don't want to cut hair. You know, they didn't got, I hate to use this word in barbering, but I don't think we said enough. They didn't got complacent.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been doing this for 30 years. COVID didn't hit. I'm taking a vacation. Shit, it's a 3-month look. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit down and chill. But what they did was they opened up an opportunity where, like you said, it was some guys who was out there on them streets, bro, making crazy leaps and strides in their clientele building because it was so many. That was probably the biggest net cast with barbering for a long time, man. And guys like yourself, they benefited from that because a lot of them clients you cut during that time, you probably still cut now.
Yes, sir. I do.
That's trick. And then even like you said, even the ones you can't cut, you've built up such a clientele base that you can hand them off to the barbers in the shop. So now it's still in house.
Yep.
It was dope. It's dope to hear stories like that coming out of COVID from guys like yourself because it's a lot of guys who didn't take that approach that they're trying to figure out what you did during that period to build up your clientele. So that leads me to a couple more questions that I want to ask you, bro. Be it that you are that man in Atlanta, right? That's I did some research because, you know, I got to do research. I did my research, bro. As many barbershops as it is in Atlanta, y'all real high up there. Real high up there. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I got to tell anybody on here watching. Barbershops in Atlanta is like liquor stores in Idaho.
Yes,
they everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
They everywhere. I've seen barbershops in Atlanta next door to barbershops. Like, it's crazy out there. So in my opinion, to be as high as y'all are on that list, that speaks volumes. Not only about the quality of cuts that y'all doing, but people don't just go to barbershops for a good haircut. I say it again. People do not go to barbershops just for a good haircut. The environment has got to complement the services.
Yes, sir.
What things do you guys have in place that's creating that environment?
Well, for me, man, I like to connect dots, man. So a lot of my clients, they come in here and you know, they like, hey, Jock know a lot of people. He got a lot of different clients. So, and I'm making a lot of money on the side as well, just like connecting dots with people. Like, hey, my boy need a truck driver or whatever. You know, my guy need somebody to shoot videos for his daughter party coming up or whatever. Just things like that. So, you know, yeah, man, Atlanta, man, it's a lot of people out here too, man. As far as like what you were saying about all the different barbershops, there's so many people out here, man. Everybody can eat. There's enough people out here. I can't cut everybody.
Right.
It's a lot out here, man. So, you know, I just never really been one of those guys who just like, you know, I don't mean to sound like, you know, trying to sound tough or anything like that, but I don't really care like what the next man doing or anything. Like, do you?
It's understandable though. I wouldn't even say that's trying to be tough. It's understandable.
For sure. And I'm just like, yeah, you just do you. I'm just doing me. That's all. And like I say, a lot of times when you just doing you like you digging in it, you in it, and you look up like, man, I done came so far. Like, you know, that's pretty much me.
Bro, my wife has to remind me because don't get me wrong, I'm still real new to barber, bro. I wish I could say I had the longevity in it that you do. I've been cutting hair for a total of maybe 6 years now, right? And it's still in all these different avenues that open up. And I had that kind of work mentality, bro, where I didn't come from barbering. I came from a working background. So I just keep my head to the grindstone and I'm just going. And my wife got to kind of tap me like, hey, you keep telling me how your back hurting and your shoulder hurt and you know, you trying to figure out this and you making all this stuff work. Have you stopped and just looked up and looked behind you to see where you came from? And it's like, no, I don't think I have. Like, it never dawns on you, bro. You trying to get to it. So I understand that, man. And I think that's dope that you had that philosophy. So I don't want you to ever apologize for that again. Don't ever apologize or try to make that sound anyway to anybody, because the only person that's going to be triggered by what you just said is somebody that's drowning in their own insecurities, my boy.
For sure.
I think it's a good thing that people are comfortable in their lane. I shouldn't have to worry about what's in your lane if I'm comfortable in mine, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Over there ain't for me. It's right here in my lane, so it don't matter, right?
Yeah, man. And unfortunately, like, like even with our industry, man, it's like it's a lot of people, they feel like they've been doing things longer than you, entitled to certain things, and like why he doing that? Like, I've been in some of those situations where people who think they've been doing it so much
Oh,
longer
I
than
can
you.
imagine. I can imagine.
I'm
Listen,
not trying. I'm not even trying to worry about what anybody else on. Like I said, I'm just doing me, man, and
absolutely.
come with it. This will come with it, though. So
Absolutely. And you know what? I think that's a dope thing. I want you to talk about that, right? Because although we all, for the most part, I feel like the real ones, let me just say that, right? Anybody can interpret it that however they want to interpret it, right? I feel like the real ones are not going to waste a lot of time worrying about other people's opinion of them, right? Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter how much you do. You're never going to be able to please everybody, right?
never.
It also don't matter what you don't do to somebody that's going to stop them from forming an opinion about you. It is what it is. Like you just said, it's what come with it. But I want you to talk to people because a lot of people look at what you've accomplished in barbering and what you're currently doing in barbering. The fact that you done linked in with Killer Mike, you done linked in with all these big names, and you're servicing the kind of the upper shelf barbering. You're living that upper shelf barbering life. So people see that from the lens, from the outside looking in, and they probably don't think about the things that you have to deal with being that visible to the world. So I would love for you to talk to the people who inspire to be in that space that you in, and kind of talk to them about what advice would you give them on how to deal with the different challenges that come with being that visible, being on that pedestal that you're on.
Man, I would tell him, man, just like I've been saying, you just got to keep doing you. Don't allow any outside distractions. As long as you know what you after and what you trying to do, man, it don't matter what nobody else say, man. Like, they can say whatever they want, as long as you got your plan. And that's another thing too. Like, this stuff don't just be happening to me, man, because it's just happening. I'm intentionally doing this. I'm planning this stuff, man. And being in the space that I'm in, I'm taking full advantage of the opportunities that come my way. So whether it's talking with my clients, asking them how their day is going, following up with them, building that rapport, and they gonna throw you a bone, bro.
Oh, most definitely.
I'm saying, so like, even we're working with Killer Mike, man. Having that opportunity to work in the arena, and I'm going in my 4th season in the arena, and my first 2 seasons, bro, I worked every game. I was at every game, bro. I'm in the shop, putting my hours in the shop all day, and then I leave here and go straight to the arena. The arena
that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. So you telling me you working a full day?
Full day, bro.
Straight to the arena to work some more.
I ain't getting home till after 12, so I'm cutting all day. So, and then working inside the arena, I don't know if many people are familiar with Overtime Elite, OTE.
Yeah.
If you go on Amazon, they just put up they got a series on Amazon right now. Yeah, yep, it's on Amazon.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you should check it out. It's pretty dope, man.
Tell me some more about it, man. Tell us some more about it. What exactly is Overtime Elite?
So Overtime Elite is like an alternative route to the NBA, man. You got kids 16 to 21. They scout these players now. You don't just walk up there and say, I want to try out.
Right.
They go around the world scouting players, and they bring them in. They can get paid while they working there. They go to school, and they put them on a real like NBA schedule. I don't know if you're familiar with Damian Wilkins. He played for the Sixers. Dominated his family or whatever. So he's over the program. Kevin Ollie was there. He just recently left because he got I know he he's doing, you know, greater things. He evolving and going into that next level. So he got other things he have going on as far as in coaching. So, but a chance to be around those guys, and there's so many dope people, man, at OTE. Like,
that's crazy, bro. See, no, I seen it on your page, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, man. I'm cutting guys who coach with the Clippers, work with Tampa Bay, Tom Brady down there.
Really?
Like, these people are all hired, and they come in here, man, and they just putting this great work and great effort into all these kids, man, to help them get to that next level, and just showing them about, like, you know, being a man and how to be an adult, how to handle yourself. They have people that show them how to do their interviews or whatever. They signing cards, and then we go up there, me and my boy Rob, shout out to my boy Rob. We go up there every 2 weeks, man, and cut the whole staff and the basketball players. You know, they had 8 games every Friday, so I'm really getting into my busy season right now. So I usually get a break between May, usually when the NBA season ends and OTE ends. So from May up until August, I get a break. Once August come around, you know, it's back at OTE every 2 weeks. October comes, back in State Farm 2, 3, 4 times a week, and I got my regular clients I got to take care of in here.
So with that being the case, do you get 2 slow seasons? Because most barbers in the I'm sure you're familiar with it. Most barbers in the barbering industry, you get a slow season right around like September-ish. It kind of slow down around the shop. That's when you start seeing barbers take Tuesday and Wednesday off. They only coming in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, right? Do you, with that being the case with what you're doing now with OTE, in addition to the barbershop, are you getting 2 slow seasons, or are you kind of filling them with that?
Nah, it's I'm pretty much booked every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I cut in the first chair in the shop right here. We on Edgewood right now, historic Edgewood. If you come to Atlanta, man, you gotta come to Edgewood.
I'm gonna be in Atlanta this weekend, bro.
Oh man, please check us, bro.
Thank you.
Of a bunch of bars, the Martin Luther King Center. Man, everything. We in the middle of everything, bro.
When I tell you, I feel like I should have been there. Like, look behind me, bro. I know you see behind me, bro.
Oh yeah, I see. Yep. I saw Gregory. That's Gregory up there.
Yeah.
But look, Zoe, the chick who took my information down, she was his before he died. She was with him for like 7 years.
Really?
Yep. And now she's dealing with. Yep.
I'm telling you, I should have been. Every time I see, like, what guys like yourself and like the whole collective effort of what Killer Mike is doing and what y'all doing, it's changing the narrative of what can be handled by African Americans, what can be created. It changed the objectives of what things can be expected. Like, to me, it's important, bro. It's as you can see, it's on the walls in here, bro. Like, it's personal for me. It's personal. That when these kids come in here, they see something, and I could have put MLK, I could have put Malcolm X, I could have put Rosa Parks, I could have put everybody that they tell you about in school, right? And that'd have been cool. But how am I reaching deeper into what that child knows, and sometimes what that adult knows, if I'm not putting people up there that they gotta ask questions about?
For sure.
I want to spark that conversation. I want to talk about that. I want to see you look. I'm telling you, bro, I love cutting hair. I do, bro. I love cutting hair.
That's dope, bro.
Cutting hair fades in comparison when I see anybody at any age coming here and they stop in their conversation and they be reading that wall, because I know the questions coming, and I'm talking about
well equipped,
bro. I'm talking about, I'm like a dog with my tail wagging because I'm waiting for the question to come, because it's like, yeah, let's talk about it. Because if you don't get nothing in addition to this haircut today, you definitely you're gonna be armed with a little bit more information about somebody that changed the way you live your life right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so excited for this episode, bro. So I gotta keep it rolling, because me and you could just talk. I just talk to you, bro. So I'm gonna keep it rolling. Now, Ash wanted me to ask you, man, because a lot of things that you guys got within the barbershop, you guys, I would think having something established that way through 3 shops in addition to, was it 3 shops in addition to the stadium, or was it 2 shops in the stadium?
It's 2 shops in the stadium shop, so 3, yeah, all together.
Okay,
yeah.
3 all together.
We got one by the airport and we got one downtown.
Okay, so now Killer Mike recently, I think it was recently or within the last few years, he established a relationship with a bank out there, Greenwood Bank.
Yep.
That's something that you guys have brought into that fold of what's going on with the center and the shops, and you know, I think you guys got a couple clothing stores and some more stuff out there, right?
Yeah, we got the clothes inside the shops. Okay. We got the clothes shops. Yep. Like behind me, it's a whole little shelf you could kind of see, and it's
bet. Yeah, I definitely got to come through that. Hold on, you know, black my favorite color now. Come on now.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I got stuff all down here, all over here.
I definitely got it. So, do you guys have any relationship with Greenwood, with the bank?
We did a few events with them. I have a Greenwood account. I know they still have a lot of kinks and all that they working on. You know, they funding this stuff themselves, man. It's
absolutely.
You know, guys of our culture, you know, they coming together and they trying to get it together still. It's still in the works, but I definitely have a Greenwood account. I got some money in it too. So
hey, I love that, bro. I love it. I think again, that's the things that's, man, it's changing the expectations, man. It's changing the standard, bro. If you could give anybody any advice when it comes to financial preparedness in barbering, what advice would you give them?
Oh man, don't. So I made this mistake when I first started. When I actually started making money, I started just, you make money and you know the mentality, I'm going to get it back tomorrow. And you can't do anything like that. So, you know, I kind of got my own system that I use or whatever. I like to just collect all my money throughout the week, man. Like, and I literally treat it like it's a check. I don't do too much of spending or whatever. I try to, you know, do my grocery shopping and things like that. But I like to collect it all so I can see it all at the end of the week. I separate my cash and my you know, bank account or whatever. So I keep my cash. I just rack it up and I go deposit it at the end of every week. So
let me ask you this. You seem like an educated brother, right? So I'm gonna challenge you.
I'm learning. Yep.
In what ways are you investing your money?
In what ways am I investing my money?
What ways are you investing your money?
I invest in my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm right now I'm doing more saving than investing right now. I have a few things that you know, I'm working on for sure, and in my goal, actually, I'm ahead of schedule. So,
okay, good. The reason I asked that, man, is because one of the biggest messages that Mike preached, right? Understanding how to transition your money where it's working for you, right?
Yes, sir.
And as barbers, a lot of us, I'm guilty of it. Don't misunderstand this line of communication as though I'm doing all these things I'm saying, because I'm gonna be transparent with you. I'm not all the way. I'm trying though, right? But I also feel that it's imperative that if I'm going to try to better understand how to better gauge and control finances, if I learn something new, it's my obligation to share that information with somebody within my industry.
Yes, sir.
I cannot stand people that gatekeep information that's relative to somebody else that can help somebody else. You feel me?
For sure.
So when I ask you about investments, what I'm thinking in the sense of where you are, right, in the state you in, bro, I don't have to tell you how many insanely, this was just a dream, now it's a reality, things exist in that city, right? You have an amazing opportunity with the network that you have out of there because of who you are.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of people that you probably talk to, and I'm sure you talk to them on a 2-week basis. Every 2 weeks you talk to them, right?
Yep, some weekly.
Exactly. Some of them people are associated with things that's happening in that city, with the infrastructure of that city. I would challenge you to find one thing that you can attach yourself to that you care about, right? That you care about, whether it's something that can benefit your kids down the line, right? Something that could benefit your career down the line, or something that may be a future soft landing for other barbers coming into this industry, right?
Yeah.
And figure out a way where you can be a financial asset to it, right? I think a lot of us in the barbering industry, we work in the cash business where a lot of money comes in, but we're not taking that money and building infrastructure with it, right? I feel like for me personally, I know I do. I take that money and I put it in my family, I put it in bills, I put it in things I want, but I can't really say how many times I've taken that money and asked the client, like, hey, what you got going on with your job, or what you got going on with your family? Let me be an asset to you. Let me help you, because you come in and help me every 2 weeks. So that's a whole other conversation, bro. I ain't gonna go on a tangent.
Straight up, though. You're right. Definitely.
I just think we could do a lot, bro. I got a question I want to ask you that's near and dear to me, though, bro. I've been dying to know, what do y'all do in Atlanta for back to school events, man? Because I know y'all back to school events be dumb.
Yeah, we usually get with the radio station, man. V103, man. You know, got Big Tigger, Shia Morton, you know, a few other people. Yeah, we usually do event with them. I actually got a video on there. On my Instagram page where they came through, and we cut a lot of kids. We just had them pulling up or whatever, just taking care of whoever wanted to get a haircut. Bring your kid, and we was in here, man. And between the two shops, because the arena shops only open during the home games.
Right.
And the shop on the south side near the airport or whatever. So yeah, they was just coming in, man, and we just chopping them up as they come.
So what does that look like when that happened? Like, how many people do y'all expect to see in events like that?
I think we did like 127 at this shop or something like that. Something
in a day?
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. So yeah, they took care of us though.
I bet they better. 120.
It was between both shops. Between the
two shops. Okay, baby. How many barbers are in each shop?
So in this shop here, we have 4, and on the other one on the south side is 6 or 7, something like that. Yeah.
So let's say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So
that's still crazy numbers. That's still like 13, 14 heads a person.
I just was cutting. I wasn't even counting.
Hey, that's one of them days where you don't think about your back, you don't think about your feet. You just, yeah. I tell you what, bro, doing a back to school event is what made me feel like I could be a barber.
Oh wow!
Up until that point, I was still in school, right? Because you know that's kind of when most people do their first back to school event, is while they're in school. I'm still in school, and I felt like, man, I don't know, Jack. Like, I still didn't feel like I got it. You know what I mean? Like, I could figure it out, but I'm still leaps and bounds away. Well, I did a back to school event, and I swear to God, bro, it was so many kids, like one after the other. It got to the point where the first like 5 heads, I was sweating, I was nervous. 6, 7, and 8, I was just trying to get them out the chair. So I started just going through the motions. By the time I got to like 9 and 10, it was kind of like, this ain't bad, you know what I'm saying? Then you start looking at the haircuts, and it's like, damn, when I stopped stressing about every single minute detail, the haircuts way better.
Yep, that's how you. Yep, you just was in your bag. Sound like, man, once you got comfortable and you just, you know what I'm saying, you caught that position, and you just went on with your system.
Facts.
I'll
tell
you, well, we did another event. So last year we did an event with that was with V103, and the year before we did one with Foot Locker, and we gave out like 80-something pair of shoes. Or something. We had some food in here and stuff. So yeah, we do a lot of things, a lot of other things with the community as well. Like, just whole Edgewood area, man, is just a community. All the owners know each other or whatever. We cut a lot of the workers at the bars and the lounges and stuff like that. So it's like and when you come to Atlanta, man, come check me out, man. Come down here.
I'm definitely gonna come through there, man. I'm coming through there to do Israel right. So while I'm out there,
I know Israel. Yeah.
I have to come check y'all out, man. I think it's dope that y'all still involved in the community, man. Because I would assume that somebody as busy as yourself, that would be difficult to kind of, immerse yourself in a community work too, because it can be overwhelming. I think that's one of the things that we don't discuss enough amongst barbers is how overwhelming being a barber is. Because you, as you know, as a barber, you do more than just cut hair. Yeah.
Yo,
You do more than cut hair.
so people don't ever talk about. I want to just talk about something real quick. Maintaining your personal life, man, and having to, come in the shop and do your daily duty with your clients, because I value my clients just like I'm sure you do. So we got real relationships. I know they have meetings. They got to look a certain way for their meetings. They going out of town. They got weddings. They got job interviews, and you want to be there for them. So it'd be hard for me to say no a lot, and I struggled at first with creating that balance. I've gotten a lot better, but like for example, last week, man, I'm about to get real personal right here, which was cool though. My fiance had a miscarriage last week, right?
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she had a miscarriage, man, and when I got the phone call from her on what was going on, cause she was bleeding and everything. Guess where I was at? I was in the shop. And in that same instance, man, maybe 10 minutes later, my daughter, she had sickle cell. So she was in the hospital, MRI, because she was having a sickle cell crisis. And I got clients lined up, and it's like just being pulled and, having to be in all different places to make sure everybody okay, man. So things like that we go through too, man. Just trying to maintain our regular lives. Sometimes they call me, man, and they just shop all day, just waiting on them to come to the shop. And that's why I got a schedule set, because I'm here from this time to this time. And if you want me to stay later, or you want me to come earlier, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you a little bit. And the reason why is because I have a personal life as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if I protect them, somebody gonna have to pay for that.
I definitely want to first and foremost extend my condolences. That's major, bro. That's major. I can only imagine how difficult that is to process. So condolences to you, but also I'll be praying for your wife, because a lot of people don't understand how that affects them. You said what?
She was just in the comments, and my daughter too. But go ahead.
So. Yeah, I saw your daughter. On there. I said, proud of you, Daddy. But a lot of people don't understand like the mental toll that takes on somebody when they go through that. And for women, the physical and mental toll, right? Mm-hmm. Then on top of that, y'all still got to be parents for your daughter. Then on top of that, you still got to be a business. You got to run a business, right?
Yeah.
I think you are absolutely 1,000% right. A lot of people don't talk about, a lot of us don't have those conversations, but even more common, a lot of clients, unfortunately, right? Mm-hmm. They don't think about that side of what you do. Sure. Now, you do have those clients that consider those things, right? Yeah. That ask you how you doing, and they mean it. They're not just throwing an empty question out there. They ask you how you doing, and they mean it. You do have those clients that if something happened and you let them know, hey, man, I got to go, or I'm going to have to cancel later on this week, they're going to be understanding of that. And before they try to question when they can get in next, they're going to make you straight first. You good, bro?
Yeah.
I'm not to dive deep into this, right? But I do want to know, because me personally, I've had things happen. My wife just had back surgery, right? And she was down after that surgery, and working from behind this chair and dealing with all the personalities and energies that come to you throughout the week while you got something heavy on your mind and on your heart. Let me say this, and let me mean it when I say it, bro. Only the strong survive in those situations.
Straight up.
For real. Because a lot of people, fortunately and unfortunately, they never experienced it. And you have to really, 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 almost every hour, you got to be checking yourself. Why you got somebody in your chair, because you could be going through something, and You ever had one of them days where all the clients that get on your nerves book at the same time? Hey, people don't want to talk about this, but it's the truth. It happens, bro.
It's a real thing, though.
It happens, bro. So
It's a real thing.
I promise you, it seems like when that happens, it's a rare occurrence. But when that happens, it's always when I'm going through something at the crib, right? Or something personal in my life. I personally think what that is I pray to God a lot for patience. A lot. I'm gonna stop asking him because he over delivering, right? Pray to God a lot for patience. And I think what he's doing is he's creating situations for me to be patient. So I'm dying to know, with that much going on your heart and in your head, bro, booked out. Like you said earlier, you're a booked out, busy barber. You cut the full yam and then you go to the and you cut the rest of the knot. How were you able to compartmentalize everything that was going on in your personal life and still provide that service, attention to detail, and personable experience that you had already set the expectation for those clients that came to you?
Man, first off, for me, like, man, it's like, it's a woo side for me. So that definitely helps me just get through a lot of things, man. It's the one thing I can do that just, I could go somewhere else and I could just get into what I'm doing, man, and not think about all the other things going on. As far as like my fiance and my daughter, you know, they come first. So even on that day, I still had four appointments left. So I called all of them and I let them know, man. And man, I can honestly say to my clients, man, they like the best, man. I love them, bro. Like, I got great relationships with vast majority of my clients. I didn't weed out a lot of the you know, so they completely understand. He was like, bro, handle your business. Because I even told him, hey, look, I got to take care of my fiance and check on my daughter, and I could come back late tonight. See, when you in this service, and this is coming from my instructor, Mr. Man, when you in this service, man, you gotta, and you have people and clients, you have to make yourself available. Sometimes you have to do that. So, and man, I didn't been up 3 in the morning, you know, when they cut it. Damon Stuttermeyer hit me up 3 in the morning. Pulling up. What up, Dame? I got you, bro. At a press conference at 7 in the morning. Just came check at like 2:15 that morning. So you but like I was saying, as far as like my fiance and my daughter, I'm gonna always make sure that they, you know, they first. I gotta make sure they good or whatever. All my kids and my family in general. So yeah, my clients understand, man. But I told them I'll come back to the shop. I was like, look, I just gotta go take care of this. I'll be back. I could come back around like 9, and I get all y'all or whatever. I was telling it, all of them told me, bro, it's all good. I just book another day, and another one I told him I just stay later for him the next day or whatever. It all worked out. It all worked out, man.
I love that, man. And I also love how you publicly acknowledge your relationship with your clients, man. You know, a lot of people don't do that. I tell people, people can come in this shop and you can be a stranger in this shop and just see it, and you'll know that, like, damn, man, some with your clients is different, bro. They not regular people, and it's like you said, it's because over time I've developed relationships with all of them. Like, it's almost to the point, bro, like, no exaggeration, 90 to 95% of my clientele base feel like family members. They don't feel like I'm cutting strangers, bro. Like, it feel like I know they families, I know they kids, I know they grandparents, I know they uncles, I know where they work at, I know where they family work. Like, here's the craziest thing, okay? This is what I love about a small city, but it's probably the same in Atlanta, because for Atlanta to be so big, it's still a tight-knit city. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been out somewhere and you see your clients and it's like, oh, what's going on, bro?
Yo, all the time.
Love it, bro. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. My daughter done been in a grocery store, and one of my, because she be in a shop a lot, one of my clients walk up to her and my wife like, hey, you shop daughter, ain't you? Hey, what's going on, sweetheart? I seen you in the barbershop. Yeah. Boy, when she came home to tell me about that, you would think she seen Barney, Bigfoot, all them, bro. She came to the crib like,
she proud of her dad, man.
somebody know these. They know you.
Yeah.
I say no. They know relationships,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you take that time like you do and you treat people the way they deserve to be treated, man, two things that happen. You'll start to build those relationships like you have, and something else that's important that you said earlier, being good to people who are willing to return that good to you or weed out the people who not. Because
Yeah.
eventually they'll see that your standards and your expectations, they don't waver. That's why we put policies in place. That's why we stand firm on policies. That's why we don't allow certain abuse, because that's what it is ultimately.
Yeah.
People abuse kindness. So as long as you stand firm on that, I feel like it's a place where you can stand firm on your policies and still be receptive to people.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you definitely can. Yep. Yep.
Like you can, bro. A lot of people, they really don't. They feel like it's either or. Either I'm going to be real firm on my policies and treat everybody a certain way, or I'm going to be flexible on my policies and let everything slide. And it's like, nah, bro, both can exist.
Yep.
Both can exist. I love it, bro. So let me ask you, man, I done had you on here. You got a lot that you got to do, especially from what you just told us, man. Again, prayers are going to be continuing to go out to y'all because, man, I know as barbers, man, we put on our, you know what I'm saying? We got it. That's a lot to process. That's a lot to absorb. And you got to make sure that your head is good so that you'll be good for them. Because if you're not good for them, you ain't going to be good for nobody. Because if your family ain't right, all the rest of this, it ain't going to be right. Because you ain't going to be right. You feel me?
My fiance just told me that, man.
It's
just
proof.
Exactly what you just said.
It's the absolute truth. Listen, that ain't coming from me. That's coming from my wife. So trust me, I get it. I get it, bro. For real.
Yeah.
That's coming from my wife. So I want to ask you, man, what you got in the plan, man? Because so far we sitting back watching you open the bust the seal on the book and show us how to really get it in this barbering game, man. You say you always got things going. Every move is intentional. I've been listening. What's the next intentional move for you, bro?
Well, like I said it before, I cut Damon Stoudemire. I'm sure you're familiar with. That's my.
Definitely, he done broke my heart a whole lot of times. So yeah, definitely familiar with him.
He's the head coach over at Georgia Tech. So starting November, I'll be cutting the team. I kind of just let everybody know that one. Plus, I got OTE still going on, and I still got State Farm over at the arena. I got a lot on my plate right now. So
I love it. Hey, have you ever heard of Canes Barber?
Wait, say his name again.
Canes Barber, Canes, Canes.
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna send you his IG. Y'all need to link up. If you finna be cutting at a college, let me tell you something, bro. That's the Hurricane, Miami. That's their official barber.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta lock in, bro, because I'm sure. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be unfamiliar waters to you. I mean, you that guy, but it always helps to have somebody within that already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna send you his info, and he's a solid dude, bro. Solid.
Yeah, send them to me, man. I've been blessed for real, bro, because I've been around like a lot of dope barbers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them been on y'all show. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? I met him at a hair show, chopped it up with him.
Okay.
He chopped it up with him.
Okay.
One of my boys used to work in Yusuf shop, so I've been around a few times. Marcus Harvey, he just was here a few months ago. When he came in here, also he came and checked me out well, not checked me out personally, but he came to the arena shop. And me and him kind of chopped it up. Then I met him for the first time. Then I Vic Blends a few times. He a cool dude too. That's my guy. So yeah, Chris Basio, I chopped it up with him over the internet or whatever. Yeah, so and just getting that advice from these dudes, man, and just soaking the game that they give me, man, and just really listening. So
that's the beauty of this industry, bro. It's so much knowledge in this industry, bro.
It is, man.
It's insane. I'm telling you, bro. I did not get into barbering for nothing more than just being able to spend a little more time with my wife and with my daughter. And every single day, I'm shown something else in this industry that I did not know existed, bro. And I love cutting hair. I'm gonna say it. I love cutting hair, bro. I love it, bro.
Man, it's always something new going on. So
Absolutely.
you just want to stay in the loop.
If you gonna be around, you better
You
stay in
can
the loop, because
really miss something if you ain't paying attention.
something vital. You hear me? Vital. Everything from the styles, the trends, to the conversation, to the music. If you're not in tune to what's going on, bro, they going to the next situation, bro. It's not gonna last. It's gonna be over with. It ain't gonna move. It ain't gonna move. So, man, I appreciate you, bro. You've been on. We done had you on for a little bit over an hour. I want to ask you this, man. We always finish with this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, how was your experience on the I Cut My Way Out podcast? Granted, you only got like a 50% taste of it, because I had to take care of family business. So we definitely gonna have you back on so you get the whole. You know what? When you do it, if it's any way to do it, set up that camera into the skybox, bro. We wanna, you know what I'm saying? We wanna see that backdrop.
We can make that happen once the season open up. We can make.
We got to, and there's been a lot of moves in the NBA. Y'all looking decent this year too. So okay.
Yeah.
But the first question is, how was your experience here with the I Cut My Way Out podcast?
Man, yo, first off, just being on this platform, man, with all these other great barbers and being like included on this list, man, I'm grateful, bro. Like it was a pleasure, man, just to say, you know, all the guys that you and Ash have spoken with, and for y'all to include me on this, man, thank you, man. I appreciate that, for real.
Definitely.
I think you present yourself very well. You had some great, fun questions, a lot of humor, you know, all the emotions, man. We shared some personal things with each other. Yeah, man. It's cool, man. I greatly appreciate y'all for having me, for real.
That's awesome, man. We appreciate you for taking the time, man, for real. That means more to us than anything, because time is the only thing we can't get back, man. So when somebody agrees to spend a little time with us and even spend time and be transparent, and bro, that's a blessing in itself. So we appreciate you, bro. Somebody somewhere is getting something from this time that you sacrificed today. Mm-hmm. Somebody somewhere is getting something from this time that you sacrificed today, right?
Sure.
The follow-up question is this. Now that you've been a part of the I Cut My Way Out podcast, who, if anybody, would you like to see on the next episode of the I Cut My Way Out podcast?
Man, so I mentioned them to y'all earlier. Chris Mann, my barber instructor.
Okay.
Next level, bro.
Okay.
Next level. He got a crazy story, bro.
Really?
Story, yeah.
Right.
Just his name. He was just in there he go right there. Official Clipper. What up?
Clipper Holly. Hold on, let me. Yeah, we got you on here. We got you now, bro.
He's out there in Vegas right now.
What's his last name?
Man, M-A-N-N.
M-A-N-N.
Yeah, man. Hey, he gave me the game, man. He fathered me in this barber game. He was more than instructor than me when I was in barber school. I learned a lot of life lessons. You know, things how to be ahead of the game, like what I was telling you earlier. Like he prepped me for this, and he'll tell you like everything. He asked me for my 5-year plan. I gave him my 5-year plan, but I crushed it in 4.
Oof. Listen, there's no better feeling than rooting for somebody to win, checking with them to make sure they got the tools to win, asking them, is there anything that I can help you to make sure that you're prepared to win? Mm-hmm. And then watching them go and destroy it, bro. Like, absolutely blow the doors off what you even expected for them. That's a whole nother feeling. I got a young dude in this shop, 2 of them, matter of fact. Shout out Jay Blins. Shout out Westside Barber. Both of them in their early 20s, bro. Early 20s. You can't really see it today because I still got a little color in this thing. This little thing here, you know what I'm saying? They in their 20s, bro. their ability to keep in focus that this is a career and not a hustle, the way that they treat people, the way that they keep attention on detail, and the way that they keep reaching to learn more. They keep grabbing to learn more. It is so, my God, I sit back, and although I'm just somebody in their life that's kind of as a tool along their path, that's all I really am, right?
Mm-hmm.
But watching them completely break the standard of expectation of a 20-year-old. I had a phone call come through. I brag about them so much, bro.
It's all good.
Like right now on this podcast, I'm telling, I need the world to know these young dudes. What buddy say on I Am Athlete? Crazy work, bro. Crazy work, bro. They insane with it. But since we still got them on here, official _ Clipaholic. We got you down here, Chris, man. We got your information, right? We got your name. We're gonna be reaching out to you, bro, because the way he spoke you up, man, it's coming from one of the greats in the industry. So we definitely want to hear that story. We definitely want to have you on. So please be on the lookout in your inbox, man. We're gonna reach out to you to get you on this another episode at I Cut My Way Out podcast. Matter of fact, let's make it a double episode. We're gonna get him on, right? And then we're gonna get y'all both on. And you gonna have that backdrop, and you feel me? That it's gonna be a whole vibe. It's gonna be a whole vibe. Let's put all that together. But the second part of that question is, we gonna reach out, but you gotta also reach out. You gotta help us to get Chris on.
I think it's already understood. He said already.
I see it. I love it.
His word. All you gotta do is give him a time and date. He gonna show up.
Say less. Say less. We gonna do that then. We definitely gonna do that, man.
Definitely gotta get that part 2 going, because I got a lot more, bro. To talk about.
Hey, listen. That's what we here for. Man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for everything you got going on. I'm excited for you to continue to push the bar and expectations within this industry. Guys like yourself are enormous encouragement across the globe, because understand with the blessing and curse of social media. Yusuf the Barber said this, and I'm gonna quote him. Social media gave us a window where we can see into shops all around the world, whereas before you only really knew about the shops that you were around and through the stories of people who were in other shops. Whereas now you can go on social media and you can learn the things about a shop. You can learn things about the barbers within the shop, the clientele base in the shop, business structure. You can learn everything through social media. I want you to understand the power of that social media and what you're doing on it and what you're doing within your career. While you think you just got your nose to the ground and you working to provide for your family, you open up doors and you blazing the trail for guys like myself and other guys, the pack of many behind you that's walking that trail that you laying down. Understand that you journeying on land that has no territory. You putting down a whole path, bro. Like these expressways and streets and that badass traffic y'all got out there. Somebody had to lay them roads down first. It was nothing until somebody put something up. You putting something within this industry that didn't exist before. Bruh.
Thank you.
I'm excited for it, because as long as it's guys like you in this industry, barbering ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. So we appreciate you, man. Thank you for all that you do, for real.
I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for having this platform for me to express these things and you know, tell my story and the many other people that's been on here and that's gonna be on here. Y'all major, bro.
Definitely.
Hey.
Oh, I almost forgot. Y'all thought I forgot about that giveaway, huh?
I've been waiting to hear about this.
Y'all thought I forgot about that giveaway, huh? No, I ain't forget. So we got 3 people on here, right?
Okay.
Now we put the rules down. We did everything to make sure that people can get it. So I'm gonna take the hit on this because I feel like I didn't get it out in enough time to give more people an opportunity. So I made a mistake, right? I want to teach everybody on here something, right? One of the most important things you can do in barbering is always remain in a position to hold yourself accountable. Accountability is one of the most important things in barbering by far. Because when you get behind in this chair, you got to be willing sometimes to be accountable for your mistakes that got you behind. Maybe you was too engaged in your conversation and you fell behind. Maybe you was taking too many steps that you didn't need to take that got you behind. And even sometimes when your client's late, you the professional, so you got to be accountable for their mistakes.
For sure.
So this one on me, right? Rob the Barber, at Rob the Barber, at Hallelujah_cuts, and at my chat doing 360. I'm gonna make sure all y'all get a hat. Understand that. All I need y'all to do is go to the I Cut My Way Out podcast and send us the colors that you want. Send us the color you want, because right now I'm telling you, this white with the green, it hit different. I'm just trying to tell you, it hit different. Okay.
Black and white ones in there, huh?
It hit different. You hear me?
Oh man, though. I've been watching the podcast.
It hit different. I'm just saying, right?
Yeah.
I got you. So the three names I just said again, that's at Rob the Barber, at Hallelujah_cuts, and at my boy my chat doing 360s. Make sure you go to the inbox, hit me up hit the I Cut My Way Out podcast. Let us know what color hats you want and an address to send them to and a name to who to carry that address to, and we'll get those out to you. Congratulations.
And I
appreciate you did a beautiful thing. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Look at that. Coco. Look good, Coco.
You come to Atlanta, man. Make sure you come check us out. I want you to come in here and just pick something out too that we got.
I will be there this weekend, bro.
Some swag merch, man.
Say less. I'll be there this weekend, man. I gotta shake your hand. We're gonna get some pictures. I want to really immerse myself in Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta like 4 or 5 times, but I never like really, you know what I'm saying, took Atlanta all the way in. It was always like a quick trip. Boop, boop. But with this class, me and my wife decided we're gonna come down there and we're gonna stay for the entire weekend, do the class on Sunday, but me and her gonna have like some, you know what I'm saying, some QT, you feel me? We gonna do a little QT while we there. But yeah, I told her it's some spots I gotta hit while I'm here. And you on that list, bro. I will be there. You can guarantee that.
I'm gonna introduce you to all the guys, man. My guy Rob, Howard, New Face. Yeah, man. We got a dope environment in here. Yeah. You're gonna like it. They're gonna welcome you right in.
Man, I will be there, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you again. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. If you're not already following my chairs doing 360s, let me tell you something. All you got to do is go up here, click on the drop down, go and follow, and just scroll down to the first 3 pictures. When you see the picture of my man sitting like that with the payout in the back, he's going to change your perspective on what you can expect within this industry. Somebody that can change your perspective on what you can expect for yourself within this industry is somebody that you probably want to keep your eye on, because he might drop a jewel that help you get to the level that you're trying to get to. I'm just saying, you do what you want to do with the information. It's only medicine if you take it. If you're not following the I Cut My Way Out podcast, make sure you click up and follow the I Cut My Way Out podcast. We are live here on Instagram every Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Standard Time. If you don't want to have to remember that, because that's a lot to remember and take in, just hit the bell and post notification. It'll remind you on your phone. Like, it'll do the work for you. You keep praising AI, but you already got it. Just hit the bell and it's there. You in that thing. I've been Shot a Barber. My man has been. My chair is doing. Hold on, let me see. Make sure y'all is, because I'm gonna spell it wrong. MYCHIRDOIN 360S. My chair doing 360s.
Okay. Tag that in y'all cut pictures, man. That's like my gift to the barber game.
That's it.
360. If you out here doing your thing, you on your grind, you taking care of your clients, your chair, doing 360s, man. Hashtag that for me.
Hey, I didn't even think about that, bro. That's genius. That's genius. You know what? Hey, I pose a challenge. Everybody that's still on here, when you post your cuts for tomorrow, hashtag my chair doing 360s. I'm gonna do it too.
Sure.
My cuts I do tomorrow, what I post tomorrow, I'm hashtagging my chair doing 360s. If you don't do that, you ain't really rocking with us, gang. Like, you can't be rocking with us, for real.
Appreciate y'all, man.
we appreciate you, bro. Have a good one, man.
You too, man. Much love and respect.
Dang.